flame. I've been drowning slow in a silver sea. Every ghost in the glass look just like me. Don't know what I lost, can't find what's true, but the sound keep calling, I'm coming through. Give me something I can feel, like the sky just so I can feel. If there's God in a wire, let it spark for me. Send a sign through the noise I breathe. Give me something I can heal, something realer than the way I feel. If there's God in a wire, let it speak for me. I've been waiting on a heart that beats. Glass of codeine in a crystal cup. Love turned ash when the flame too much. I've been rich, I've been lost, I've been both at once. Still the mirror keep waxing what I want. Penthouse view, but the sky looked at. Whole world turns off when I lay my head. Got angels and Prada, demons and fur. They all sing loud, but the words still blur. If I fall, then I just play that song, the one that says we ain't here long. I don't need peace, I just need proof, oh, that the static can still be true. Give me something I can hear, like the sky just so I can feel. If there's God in the wire, let it spark for me. Send a sign through the noise I breathe. Give me something I can hear, something realer than the way I did. If there's God in a wire, let it speak for me. I've been waiting on a heart that beats. Yeah. Smoking a halo, voice in the static. God in the wire, still automatic. Right here, I got that sonic love inducing trauma with girl, you got that fire.
Shit, I didn't even know you guys couldn't even hear me yet. My fault. My fault. Here we are. We good now. You should be able to hear me now. Let me know in the comment section if it's too loud.
I know you will. Girl, you got
That fire.
I'll never tell. No can desire. I'm in the desert.
So, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? The first thing I'm gonna touch on today. So, capitalism is destroying ufology. How is it destroying ufology? The best way I can explain it. Astral. Astral is somebody that is involved in ufology, and he does a lot of spaces that have to do with remote viewing. And I'm all right with that. But my problem is, Astro is doing something that's a bit weird to me, which is he is becoming a person who is purposefully being a contrarian, right? He is purposely putting stuff out that is meant to piss people off and create engagement and shit like that. But it's engagement in a way where you're pushing propaganda, my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Especially by Kirkpatrick, right? Kirkpatrick is somebody who has been shown to have been incorrect. I gotta turn the volume down for this. He has been shown to have been incorrect or lying about things numerous times. We can look at the first UFO historical report, right? How many incorrect things were in that report? Numerous, from project names to the project dates to they even got Harry Reid's state wrong, which I think that was on purpose as a jab to him, like disrespecting the guy. He was having an interview with Marek von Rennenkampf. I think that's how you say his name. Where he literally was trying to push this this distant jet glare thing, saying that that's what we saw in the gimbal. And he's talking to Marek, and he says to Marek, we we have to take into account the sun's glare and all that. And Marek was like, what are you talking about? The gimbal was shot at night. What's up, Panda? How you feeling today? We're taking on these fake UFO people, and I don't even want to say fake UFO people. It's just people like Astro that for some reason just can't stop swinging off of Kirkpatrick's dick. Even after Kirkpatrick has been shown to be wrong, lying, all these things. And I don't understand why. Like, why are you taking this guy's word for it when he has been shown to be just a person that is constantly lying? That's what's up. I hope you're having a great morning, my guy. I'm having a good one. Smoking me a blunt. Enjoying it feels like it's about to rain. And I like when it's like, when this feeling right here, like the temperature and all that shit right now, it almost reminds me of like Puerto Rico in the morning before it rains. You get that rain smell in the air. I got my door open and shit. The windows open. I love that smell. So that's what I'm vibing with right now. But Panda, you remember when Kirkpatrick gave an interview with some guy we had never heard of? Never heard anything from the guy ever again either, or his magazine. But in this interview, Kirkpatrick tried to say that somebody broke in his house. Somebody from Twitter or somebody like from Ufology broke into his house. And when people started, digging into that, they found out it wasn't true. And then the guy came out that it was a misquote, that Kirkpatrick was talking, and when the guy and that he thought he heard Kirkpatrick say that, and he just wrote it down and never really followed up on it. And it's like, hold on, bro. You're telling me the guy that's running the UFO investigation unit for the government tells you somebody broke in his house in the middle of the interview, and you don't ask, you don't follow up on that. It's like me and you talking about something, and I'm telling you, yeah, man, I've been watching this UFO shit, da da da, and one of these people from the government broke in my house and shit, and you're just writing it, and you don't ask anything else about it. The natural question for anybody is, excuse me? What do you mean someone broke into your house? Who broke into your house? That's the natural follow-up. But the guy that did the reporting didn't do that follow-up. Why? Because he never was interviewing him. He got a fucking a letter and said, this is what I want to say, and you're going to break it down. And that's what happened. And when they got exposed, they went back and changed it, but didn't say anything about it. It was just about throwing it out there for the people who are going to see that headline once and run with it. That's all they needed. But you've never heard anything about it because ufology went right in and destroyed that narrative. But this was a flat out lie that Kirkpatrick told. And you got people like Astro, look, nonstop, just explaining how Yankee Blue program manipulated and misled Air Force cadets about a UFO alien program, and details the Secretary of the Air Force's reaction when told about it, and that it would be exposed to Congress. Now, let me ask you something. This is very key. What cadets? What are you talking about? What year was this? Like, what cadets? Like, this is who is talking about cadets being hazed? This is something he's making up. So was Eric Davis being hazed 30, 40 years ago? Was what was it? Keyhole. What was Keyhole's title? Was Keyhole being hazed back in the fucking 40s and 50s? Like, this is, on its face, you can tell this is bullshit. And they won't talk about it. Pretty simple to figure out who is lying. Tim Gallaudet says he met with Tim Phillips after Kirkpatrick left and didn't discuss a position. Sean Kirkpatrick says a position was discussed. So asked Tim Phillips what actually was discussed. Who was there? Well, we don't even need to do that because we know that Kirkpatrick left after Tim Phillips came in. I mean, let's listen to it.
Sean, I respect you. We both have decades of government service together in intelligence and whatnot, DOD. I'm going to ask you a point blank and put you on the spot on something. After my 2024 UAP hearing testimony in front of Congress, you had tweeted a response about my statement regarding Arrow, where you said, I came and visited Arrow and I was bitter because I didn't get a job, and that you believe that was because you didn't hire me because I was prone to conspiracy theories, and that you checked with some of my bosses on that statement. It's well out there. You tweeted it. And ultimately, I didn't go visit Arrow when you were there. It was after you left. I was invited by Mike Waschel, the Navy Intel rep, who asked me to come there, and that's what I spoke about during my hearing. And, of course, I didn't look for a job. He invited me, and for me to actually go for a GS-14 job after having been an Undersecretary of Commerce, that was kind of preposterous, I would say. And at the same time, when you said you check with my bosses, I had my bosses formerly were 2 2-stars, 4 4-stars, and a Secretary of Commerce who I've all spoken with, and you never really check with them. So ultimately, your statement there was an outright lie. And I want to ask you what you have to say about that.
I'd say that was not an outright lie because Mike brought you in, you sat in my office, and we had this conversation about
you weren't
taking
there.
that.
You had left. It was
I
with
had
Tim
not
Phillips.
left. And the position you were looking for was an SES position.
I was not asking for a position. Remember, Mike brought me in. He asked me to come.
Well, then
Tim, let me just ask you, because time is going to be short. Do you want to shed any light on the issue itself?
Exactly.
Well, good point. No, ultimately, so it's really clear that you have been executing a disinformation campaign about this. This whole slide captures it. And I know you can't acknowledge it because whoever you're on the payroll with won't allow you to. And that's my statement. So
Okay, well,
thank
that's a great statement that has absolutely no bearing from reality. So,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Now, real quick, right? Tim kept it 100. Respectful. The debunkers getting worked up. Right. So my thing is, check this out. You telling me we don't have a history of Kirkpatrick lying about things like this? We don't have a history? Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. 1 second. 1 second. Let's go up here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. So this was from November 14th, 2024, right? So on April 19, 2018, my team from Skinwalker Ranch was asked to provide a confidential briefing in Washington, D.C. to the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and United States Armed Service Committee. Sean Kirkpatrick was at the head of the table. It lasted 2.5 hours. Now, I can't see the post. The guy probably got me blocked. Kirkpatrick was speaking to somebody and he says, wrong, get your facts straight. 6 months ago, he lied about many things. Do I need to remind everyone again? Question, before Arrow, did you have any interest in UFOs? Kirkpatrick, no, not beyond the occasional movie. Before Arrow, did you perform any duties regarding UFOs or paranormal phenomena? No. That was Kirkpatrick said no. Question, did you attend a 2008 Senate Armed Service Committee briefing on Skinwalker Ranch? Kirkpatrick, no. I attended a briefing at the invitation of a staffer concerning the ATIP ALSAT program. Kirkpatrick claimed he never recalled any briefings referencing Skinwalker Ranch, even though the entire briefing was exclusively on Skinwalker Ranch, with not one mention in 2.5 hours of ATIP and ALSAP. Kirkpatrick, I don't ever recall meeting Fugel, interviewing the link. Now, you guys remember this? Hold on, you guys remember this? It was a whole meme. You guys remember this meme? You guys remember the Kirkpatrick meme? He never met Brandon Fugel. He never went to a meeting on fucking Skinwalker Ranch, which is right there. Like, this is what Kirkpatrick does. Him saying that he was there and that this conversation, and Tim Phillips was like, you weren't there. I mean, I spoke to Tim Phillips, not you, Kirkpatrick. I wasn't there for a job. It's literally in line with what he does. And this was back in 2024 that Fugel was explaining to people how full of shit Kirkpatrick was. Huh? You know? You guys remember? Hold on.
We want the American people to see these videos. The American people deserve to know.
What do you think their reaction will be once they see them, having seen them yourself?
I think that we have a lot of footage that's similar to the gimbal video. We have footage that's similar to the Go Fast. There's some that are in pretty good clarity. I've seen a metallic silver orb that's about the size of a beach ball in very, very clear imagery. And then you're seeing there's some videos of immediate acceleration of a flying object, and that's not something that you would. It just defies any normal propulsion or. We want the American.
So, remember when Kirkpatrick did the presentation with NASA and all that, and one of the things he put up there was, hold on,
people to see these videos. The American people deserve to know.
What
I'm trying to get this
will be once they see them?
right. You guys remember the Mosul orb? They put a video of a metal orb just flying across the sky. And Kirkpatrick said, quote unquote, it's unremarkable. What is this? Oh, it's okay. Like they called it, quote, unremarkable. So a metal beach ball just flying around the sky. Here you go. Here's the quote right here. Just flying around the sky is unremarkable. I don't think many are buying what Kirkpatrick is selling. Yeah. Can we rename Astro the APN, the Arrow Propaganda News? Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he does it. I don't know why he protects Kirkpatrick so much. Like, I haven't seen Astro claim one UFO event or person is actually telling the truth. He's posted shit about all of them. Maybe he's one of those. The only person I've never seen him talk about too much is what's the fucking guy, the CE5 guy. That guy. I've never seen him talk too much about him. So I'd like to know if that's why he thinks everybody else is full of shit, because he's the guy that thinks, that they're right. There's questions I have. So hold on. So yeah, that's just one of my. This is happening way faster now as more people jump into the UFO topic. The frustration hits quick. No follow through, trust me, bro claims, and no real evidence. This is what happens when ufology is led by journalists and not scientists. Says the guy trying to be a journalist for the ufology thing, or I don't know. That's the weird thing. And it's like, this is happening way faster now. Like, what do you mean like, we've gotten more done in ufology in the last 10 years than there had been in the 40 years before it. And it's happening because people are starting to, the data now is coming to a point where it's hard to ignore. This has been swept under the rug so long that there's a big lump in the fucking rug, and it's only getting bigger. And when people walk by the fucking rug, they're like, what the fuck is under that? Here you go, look. So Tim Phillip, formerly of Arrow, says that he was part of a U.S. military crash retrieval effort that would enter foreign countries to recover advanced technology, including operations that violate territory boundaries. So why hasn't Tim Phillip come out with anything? Whatever happened to the fucking what you call that shit? The the second UFO report from Arrow. Why it never came out? Why that shit never came out? Guys, like the stream, share, leave a comment. Why do you think that the second annual UFO report never came out? Real shit. Like, was Arrow the new Project Blue Book a catch and kill operation? The same way media companies do catch and kill operations for the government. They did that with the Epstein. Remember, what's that? I forgot the lady's name. Where she was like, we had it 3 years ago, and they would not let me publish it. Right? It was a catch and kill operation for the government. Let me see. Unpopular opinion. David Grush went from the most important UFO whistleblower to a political pawn. This is the shit I be talking about. Like, what? Who is saying that? Nobody's saying that. This is how you start propaganda shit. This is like, what the fuck? David Grush went from the most important UFO whistleblower to a political pawn? Really? So this guy becomes an aide so that he can help the people in positions of power know what to ask to get us information from ufology. And you think he's a political pawn? You can't see the thinking as in, well, these people, they don't know what to ask. I got the information and clearances. So if I can become a staffer, I can talk to these guys about the things they have clearances for and tell them what to ask. No, this guy says, oh, he's a political pawn. This is the stupid fucking thinking right here. And why is he posting shit about Uri Geller? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck cares what Uri Geller got to say? Why would you think, like, you serious? This the same guy that was complaining. Yeah. This the same guy that was complaining about when Grush didn't want to go into Arrow. When Grush explained to them, Kirkpatrick doesn't have the proper clearances for me to explain to him everything I know so he can look at the program. Hey, Jess, good morning. Grush was trying to explain that Kirkpatrick didn't have the proper clearances, right? Kirkpatrick could call and say, hey, I heard, hey, good morning, Fringe. I heard that you guys, hey, I heard you guys have a program named so-and-so over there. And they check his clearances and it's like, yes, we can tell you that there is a program named fucking Floating Balloon, right? All right, in this program, does it do this, this, and this, or does it have this involved with it? Now they check the clearances. Kirkpatrick has clearances to find out if the program exists, but he doesn't have clearances to get read into the program. Right? So they can tell him the program exists, but they can't tell him what's in the program. So when Grush says, listen, it's a shell game. You take a real black budget program, right? And in this black budget program, there's a whole bunch of sections, right? That's how they compartmentalize it. And one section doesn't really know what the other one is doing, right? So you got all these little sections. And in all these sections, you add one more section that is your shell company. And you give it a fucking name like, Aeronautical Control Mechanism Department, right? Just some old weird name that is just, okay, that's something with airplanes. But when you go into the department, they're doing something totally different. Now, you take 3 or 4 different programs, right? And you put a part of this dark program, this UFO program, in each program hidden, like a shell company. It's a shell game. So in order to be able to see the whole program, you have to have the highest clearances so you can tell them, all right, I need you to read me into the program and tell me what the compartments are. Because if you don't have the clearances for that, they don't have to tell you shit. So when Kirkpatrick calls and says, hey, Do you have a program named Floating Balloon? Yeah, we do. Okay, do you have a department called this, or that? And it's like, we can't talk to you about any of that. And no, there's no such thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And Kirkpatrick has to take that and say, well, this is what they said. And that's the game. That's the trick right there. And you telling me Astro ain't no stupid motherfucker, man. I've spoken to the guy several times. I've been in a few of his remote viewing spaces. He's not stupid. He's doing this on purpose. But my problem is that you're doing it the wrong way. You're literally creating propaganda that the people who are truly against this whole thing, whether for disbelief or more nefarious reasons, take this and they go, oh man, Grush is just a political pawn because they seen you talk like in this manner. Yeah, it's an unpopular opinion because nobody's ever had that opinion. It's something you made up. This is the issue. Like, it's not that Grush is above criticism, but it's actually about looking at what these people are doing. And the crazy part is they're doing the thing that a lot of people complained wasn't getting done. They're pushing the government for the disclosure that everybody's been yelling for. And for some reason, you think now this guy's a fucking political pawn because he's actually going through with what he said. He's not out here making things up. He's not out here making wild claims. Every time Grush speaks, we learn something new, right? And it's not like some crazy shit. It's like last time he told everybody if Lou Elizondo and John Stratton really want to be forthcoming and they know something about the secret program, then they should come out and say it. And he doesn't deal with any of them. You don't see this guy out here with any of these UFO people. Like, he's not doing interviews with them or all this other shit. He's staying quiet. He's staying to himself and doing his fucking job. And to Astro, I guess that's being a political pawn. Fucking stupid, man. So yeah, and fuck Uri Geller. This guy, he just pisses me off. You know what it is? I think it's just because he's so eccentric. That's what it is. Uri Geller claims he was flown into South Korea to assist with a removed alien body. Yeah, okay. For your info, since Trump made that tweet and everyone lost their shit thinking UFO disclosure was coming, we haven't gotten a single piece of actual evidence released to the public. Nothing. Again, just like, oh, it's supposed to happen right now. It's like I think Astro was the only child. This seems very only child syndrome-ish. To be honest. That's what it's given to me. Only child syndrome. Ross Cohart, let's see.
Completely independent of both cases, I am aware of a US retrieval team that has gone into North Korea to retrieve non-human technology that's caused some mischief here.
You're going
yes,
for it.
this has happened. There have been retrievals of purported non-human technology from North Korea by a US Special Forces team. Suck on that.
So, everybody, like, I would hear this, and I think people's first reaction is like, North Korea? What the fuck do the aliens in North Korea? But remember, North Korea has nuclear weapons, and they test them. We know that, alleging to the lore, NHI are attracted to nuclear signatures. Whether it's, I don't know. I don't even want to make anything up. We don't know what the fuck is the nuclear thing. My best guess to the nuclear thing would be that when a nuclear explosion happens, it might affect different um, different levels of dimensionality, right? Maybe something like that, and it disturbs them. They pop up like, "What the fuck is y'all doing over here?" So let's think about that for a reason. If every country that has nukes gets some type of visitation from NHI, what do we do with that information? I don't know what the fuck we do with that information. And it brings up an interesting point. My okay, y'all know the covenant of the ark, and they would allege that the covenant of the ark would make people sick. What if the covenant of the ark was giving off some type of radio signature, and that's how the NHI were attracted to it, and that's what they would use to converse? I don't know. I'm making shit up at this point. Look, completely dismantles missing science and narrative with a single post. And we can't see the post. Why not? Uh no, and you know what? It's not this has been going on for a minute. This isn't something new. Like, what was it? Didn't they say the guy that blew up that killed himself in the Tesla or whatever in front of Trump Towers was saying that a bunch of scientists have been gone missing and they were killing them and shit because they were involved with the UFO subject? Hmm. Let's see what we got here. By Tom Thompson. What we are watching here is not a good faith dispute over facts. It's a textbook exercise in narrative suppression. The goal is not simply to answer the claims being made by credible UFO witnesses. Uh, the goal is to degrade the credibility of the people making them, especially those who have gone before Congress, placed their name on the record, and testified under oath about the reality of this phenomenon. Tim Gallaudet is a former high-ranking Navy officer with extraordinary record of service, discipline, and institutional credibility. He has earned the right to be taken seriously. More important, he has demonstrated the kind of moral courage that this subject desperately requires. So when Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick resorts to dismissive rhetoric or insinuation against someone like Gallaudet, the public should recognize what is happening. This is not transparency. This is reputational warfare. DoD Arrow has presented itself as a sober, investigative body, but its behavior has increasingly resembled a mechanism for containment. I was just talking about that. Uh, a mechanism for containment, minimization, and public pacification. They've lied to us, and that is a fact. At this point, the question is no longer whether the public is being properly informed. The question is how long people are willing to tolerate being managed, redirected, and talked down to by institutions that appear far more interested in protecting old secrets rather than confronting the truth. Admiral Gallaudet is right to call this out, and the public should be paying very close attention. That's true. That's 100% true. That's 100% true. You get a like, sir. Why is this shit glitching so bad? Jesus Christ. And you get a repost. Yep. You get one too. Because he's a liar. William Neal McCaskill has been missing for 59 days. Now, you know, the thing is, and Panda's here. Hey, Panda, is this true or false? Was the guy that that blew the Tesla truck up and killed himself or whatever in front of the Trump Towers, didn't he leave a manifesto where he was talking about scientists being killed because they were trying to hide some new shit? Am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't remember. What? Hold on. I'm trying to see something. I don't know. Who the fuck is. Hold on. Can someone fill me in on the J. King drama? The account Spectrovision post concerning allegations from multiple individuals have been made against J. Christopher King, former co-host of Spectrovision Radio, Cosmosis podcast, and co-founder of the Experiencer Group. While it is not our place to educate these claims, we take them very seriously. Effective immediately, Spectrovision has suspended his relationship with Jay, and all content he produced or appeared in has been removed from the network across all platforms pending further developments. Everyone in the Experiencer community deserves a safe and supportive environment to connect with others without fear. We are exploring steps to ensure there is support for anyone speaking out against predatory or exploitative behavior. We must not stay silent. Cyan Bob posts, I am very grateful to all involved who drove J. Christopher King from the platform. If you spread bullshit, he started. If you are spreading bullshit, he started and judging people based on things he said. F you, you're an enemy. I stand my ground. I will always regret the day I met and never trusted that piece of shit. Well, what did he do? What did he do? Right, any info on the allegations? My guess. Ambiguous, gray area claims, she said, he said. Whoa, what did he do? Taco Taco. Yeah, right. Dan Warren has a point here. Effective immediately is probably the best indicator of the severity of the accusation, which is watching this closely because it could taint the reputation of the UFO community if it's real bad. How? And yes, the UFO community has always been tainted, but it could always be worse. I mean, listen, this is very simple, bro. Nobody really knows what's going on except the very few people at the tippy top. All right? So when you see these motherfuckers start with this, well, I met the fucking aliens and I know them. Yo, just throw that shit out the window, bro. And I understand everybody is experiencers, bro. But this is the thing. Until they have a solid basis to say, okay, we know these things are real because XYZ. We have pictures, we finally the biologics has become public, or until we have any of that shit, I'm sorry. Experiencers got to sit the fuck down and relax in the back seat, bro. Just let these science motherfuckers or the whistleblowers that know where the shit is do their job. Let them bring the shit out. And then motherfuckers are going to turn to the experiencers and be like, all right, can you explain to me what was that you were talking about? You know what I'm saying? Until we get that piece, this whole experiencer group and all that shit, like, I'm sorry, it's too many people that make shit up because they want to fit in or because they want to, they want to predate on people. I'm the holy one, and that means you got to blow me as soon as we wake up in the morning, and your friend has to give up the ass in the afternoon. Like, people are gonna try to take advantage of other motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? And even if let's say there's a motherfucker out here that's really talking this love and light shit and is really standing by that. He's not on no freaky shit with nobody. He's not on no bullshit with nobody. He's really walking the talk, right? Of whatever he is saying he believes or what happened, right? There will always be people that will go against it because it's not aligned to what they believe is right, or jealousy, or they can't believe that this person is really like, on this type of shit 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So until we can get some type of direct evidence, empirical evidence that these things are real, like I think there is something to it, all that shit, but what we think has nothing to do with what is actually available. You understand what I'm saying? Um, it's like, I don't know. It's like it's almost like if you walk into a house and you smell like something funky, but there's other people in the house and nobody's like, yeah, I kind of, but you're trying to clean the house and you don't find anything funky, right? But everybody knows they can smell it. It's somewhere in there. And nobody's trying to hear about your experience with the funk. I thought I seen a fucking sock over here. I swear there was a sock around here. No, until we find the sock, it's not a fucking sock. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I guess, bro. But I am one of those people that I don't get into the experience of things. Some of them are great stories to hear, but I have to just take it at that. I think Benny and Barney Hill, I think they had an actual experience. I don't, I mentioned them a lot because there was a lot of things in that was kind of weird, you know, like motherfuckers drawing a star map under hypnosis that they weren't able to figure out was a real star map till fucking years later. So that's my thing, man. Fucking shit got stuck again. Let's see. If you appreciate my UFO news coverage document, consider supporting me on Patreon or buy me coffee. There you go. Shout out to my boy. Hit Panda's Cash App. You know what I mean? Excited to be hitting the road for the It's Probably Nothing live tour. It's such a Herculean task and one that I'm honored to be able to take on. Okay. Whatever happened to damn, what's his face? Fuck. God damn it. Why is this shit stuttering so much? Damn. What the fuck? Yeah. What happened to Lou Elizondo's tour? Y'all remember that? A UFO whistleblower connected to David Grush died by suicide right before they were to go public, per James Fox.
But apparently one of the David Grush witnesses, whistleblowers that was supposed to come forward, died by suicide. And apparently it was a young dude, 35 years old with 2 kids, right before he was to go public, which is very sad and concerning. So let's just watch the clip first, and we'll talk about it.
I got a call from somebody in the intelligence community who's calling me and calling Kirk.
See, now, if this person did die right off the bat, I want to be obviously prayers to them and their family. But also, when the story starts off with, like, I got a call from someone in the intelligence community, there is always the possibility that this could just be a lie to, like, I've seen people, like, use death and things like that to lie, to, like, activate people, like, make them feel like they're secret agents and stuff. I hope that's not the case. Well, I kind of, in a way, I hope that's the case that the person didn't die, but it's something to be aware of in these circles. Shout out to Super Chat, Alistair. We love y'all. Thank you, sir. Let's watch it again. Sorry.
I got a call from somebody in the intelligence community who's calling me and calling Kirk, which I thought was odd, calling us both kind of almost at the same time. Right? He got a call, then I got a call. And somebody who was about a whistleblower, a potential whistleblower, was about to come forward that was connected to David Grush, was found dead with a suicide note, 35 with 2 kids. And that was spooky. I mean, I saw that firsthand. And I was worried, actually, at the time that Kirk wasn't going to do the interview. But he did it.
So, again, let's run back the meat and potatoes there.
Come forward that was connected. And somebody who was about a whistleblower, a potential whistleblower, was about to come forward that was connected to David Grush, was found dead with a suicide note, 35 with 2 kids. And that was spooky. I mean, I saw that firsthand. And I was...
That is concerning if that's true.
Worried, actually, at the time that Kirk wasn't going to do the interview. But he did it anyway. So, you know, yeah, the threats are real. The concern is real. And look, could all these things just be a mere coincidence? They could be, but somehow I doubt that. When I...
And real quick, he's about to talk about a story in Roswell back in the day, but let's kind of reminded me of this one too. Skyfire News shout out. Here's Chris Mellon kind of recounting a similar story that at first I thought were they the same one, but I think this actually might be a different case. Let's listen to this.
One of the allegations is
I got bad internet. I got bad internet, man.
that the U.S. recovered either an object that landed and was left undamaged or something that was crashed, maybe more than one occasion, and that the material was provided to some of our aerospace companies that build our most advanced aircraft and so forth for them to try to research and understand. And therefore, that may be a source of knowledge and information, and they may actually possess some of these materials. So they wanted to include that in the scope of this inquiry and this new legislation.
Because there is the possibility that there may be reverse engineered technology in private companies.
Right. Doesn't mean that they succeeded in reverse engineering, but one of the stories is, one of the allegations is, and I was supposed to.
All right, here we go. Listen to this. This is the part that's similar to what we just heard.
Meet a fellow, for example, who supposedly was in one of these aerospace companies and supposedly had been directly involved in that activity. And we were about 2 weeks away from meeting when he died, when he had a heart attack. And, can't say, whether that was true or not, but that's one of the allegations. And it makes sense because if you're the government and say you recovered some debris and there were complex components and materials, right? You wanted to keep it secret, but have world-class technicians and scientists try to understand it, it would be natural that you would go to Lockheed Martin.
So he's implying that the person died under mysterious circumstances. Let's shout out the super sticker from Courage First. Thank you, sir or lady, whoever you are. And yeah, let's get back to this Grush thing. And actually, we'll play that one again, and then we'll let it ride because he's going to talk about similar cases happening related to Roswell incidents, and then he's also going to talk about something similar happening related to the Virginia case that he's been investigating, James Fox.
David Grush was found dead, and somebody who was about a whistleblower, a potential whistleblower, was about to come forward that was connected to David Grush, was found dead with a suicide note, 35 with 2 kids. And that was spooky. I mean, I saw that firsthand. And I was worried, actually, at the time that Kirk wasn't going to do the interview. But he did it anyway. So, you know, yeah, the threats are real. The concern is real. And look, could all these things just be a mere coincidence? They could be. But somehow I doubt that. When I went to the 50th anniversary of the Roswell incident, which in retrospect, I mean, that was an incredible opportunity because, you know, at the time, people that were in their 20s or 30s when it happened were in their 70s and 80s. So they were a lot of them were still around. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot.
Yeah.
And they told me, which I remember, I remember the time going, really? Like, really? 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 But they said, not only you talk about this, and they told me this on camera, a lot of them on camera, some off camera. These are people that were there at the time, that if you talk about this, not only will they be picking your bones out of the desert, they'll be picking your family's bones out of the desert. And they were serious. These people that were telling me this were serious. So that was in 1947, you know. And I'll give you one more example. For this new cut of Moment of Contact, we got the neurosurgeon, we got the 2 forensic pathologists, but we also got the chief of police, and nobody's talking about the chief of police. We got the chief of police, Pedro Aguiar, confessing on camera for the first time in history that he participated in the event. He saw the beam, but he doesn't go into any specific details on that. And he died a couple months after we interviewed him.
My thing is, it's just, how do you never get descriptions of the, I don't know, man. I figure if I ever see a fucking alien, I'm never going to forget that shit. I'm going to be able to always give you descriptions.
Went back just a few weeks ago. I met with his wife, now widow, got her on camera saying that, yeah, he told her that he saw the creature. Then we went and met all of his kids, met his 2 sons and his daughter and his lawyer. And we got the backstory. And his daughter said to me, and his son said this to me, my father was the chief of police. He packed a gun everywhere he went. He dealt with gangsters. He dealt with drug lords. He wasn't scared of anyone, but he was terrified of the men in suits. It's like, men in suits? Yeah, the men in suits that threatened him about the Virginia case. He was very scared. And his kids said that, and this is all on camera, I haven't released it yet, but his kids were like, our dad wasn't afraid of anything, you know? In fact, I can tell you, you know, he had a standoff at one of
Yeah, I don't care about any of that, bro. Support independent media, yeah. Julian Dory. Somebody's currently, yeah, that shit is crazy. Space. Former NSA Director of Research admits UFOs are real and that a combination of limited thinking, ego, and gaslighting are making it hard for military elites and intelligence officials to admit it. Let's see.
I believe that the people in the intelligence community, at State Department and CIA, who say there's nothing there, I don't think they know it and they're covering it up. I think they don't believe it because I have seen that over and over and over again. And at the end of the essay, I quote Upton Sinclair, who said, "You can't explain something to a man whose salary depends on not understanding it."
Right.
Right. Yeah.
It gets back to the common theme you've heard us talk about, which is whenever you have an instrument reporting something, ask about the instrument itself.
Yeah.
Right. So the people who aren't believing it can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because if they believed it, their whole ego structure would fall apart.
Right.
Right. So they have to believe it.
Yeah.
And so I think they truly think there's nothing there. I believe that the people in the intelligence community.
That's it. They're paid to not believe it. That's what's up. The video from the picture, UFO disclosure, part 3, Arrow, Grush, and the UFO crash, really good and covers. Okay. I'm pretty sure Danny Sheehan was talking about Matthew Sullivan, right? The dates line up. Yes, I would like to see how he views the situation as well. Shooter worked at NASA after deleted tweets. This is deadly drug. Foul play suspected. Yes, that combo is a classic that makes Olar. Medical examiner ruled it accidental overdose. No foul play confirmed, however. The timing, he agreed to testify on UFO earlier and referred it to the FBI with 10 other similar cases for review. FBI is investigating possible links. UFO whistleblower David Grush confirms he has been advising the Trump administration on how to proceed with disclosure. Okay, so let's hear the main man out.
I certainly have advised the administration over the last year or so, and have spent a lot of time with high-level officials working for the president to try to provide my sage advice on it, and I'll leave that at that just to keep confidences in some of my sensitive conversations. But I hope for the best, and I think there's a high expectation for the president to deliver, and I think if he does reveal everything that I came in contact with, he's going to go down in history as a great figure historically, regardless of your political persuasion and personal opinion of the president.
And you know what? I think that's one of the keys as to why all of this is happening and why Trump is going forward with it. I think Trump's ego sees this as, this is a chance for me to put my name in history as the president that revealed the existence of non-human intelligences interacting with humanity. Yeah, like what else would you want to put your name on? Maybe solving world peace, but if you disclose the NHI, you'll probably get as close to world peace as we will ever probably get. Because people will just be like, okay, hold on, we got to stop fighting each other. What the fuck is this? Now, the problem is, I think humanity will just become xenophobic. I think that's a possibility. Hopefully, it'll just be like temporary scare. You know what I'm saying? The same way somebody is afraid to jump off of there's a truck passing by. But yeah, the same way that a person might be afraid to jump off a ledge into a pool or something the first time, and you know they jump off a couple of times and then they're no longer afraid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And you know what? I think this is a perfect place to end this stream. And we're gonna play us out with a nice little song here. I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, baby.
Let's see. What is this one?
You touch me like a question, like you don't want the truth. Say it like a weapon.
All right, we're gonna play us out with this. All right.
I don't know what you call this, but I feel it in my chest. Every time you pull me close, I never have to guess. You say my name like you mean